Wake up, sunshine,
says the strange man as he tosses a glass of room temperature water on Adam's face. Adam begins to gain consciousness, disorientated from the tranquilizer dart, and unsure if what he saw was a nightmare or reality. Adam starts to mumble sounds and shows signs of stress and questioning his surroundings, trying but failing to put a sentence together. The strange man introduces himself and begins to explain the situation.
Adam, I'm a First Lieutenant Trilene. I'm sorry about your partner. That was my judgment call. I know it looks like we killed him, but he was already dead, and you weren't too far from dead yourself.
Adam looks around the room to gauge what his situation is. Adam was surprised to see he is in a hospital bed, and that it was the only thing in the room. Adam, putting his hands over his face, noticed restraint marks on his wrist and asked,
What happened? This isn't normal. What the fuck is going on? What do you mean I was almost dead too? I was absolutely fine. Nothing happened to me.
Adam, you and Sam went into that house, you both saw that creature and got infected. You were supposed to call the special unit to avoid this type of situation, but you two were with the nasty TQP from the astral foam region, and the TQP converted your partner and was working on you two, but you two must have put some distance between yourselves and the TQP before it had turned your body into a school.
Adam only being more confused and angry.
Why are you talking dumb? I don't have a clue in hell what you're talking about. TQP and turning my body into a school? Sam was fine, I was with him, nothing touched him.
I understand you're confused, as you should be. You have 0% idea what's going on. Everything will be explained to the best of our ability, but for the next 24 hours, we ask that you stay in this room. Feel free to ask for whatever you want. You're not a hostage, but we want to monitor you because the tranquilizer.
Adam, still groggy, but still managed without hesitation to respond.
Trillian is your name, yes? Well, we both know that's a bullshit reason to keep me in here. It obviously has to do with whatever the hell I saw at that house. So how about we start with telling me what the fuck that was?
Trilene, with a small grin, happy that Adam seems to have a backbone and at least enough intelligence to see through and speak up about the basic lies, responds,
Well, to honest, what I said is true for the most part. You're here to be monitored, but you're right, it's not for the tranquilizer. And if you don't pull your bones out from your body through your skin, or smash your skull open and kill yourself, then I'll see you in 24 hours to explain things more.
The room door opens very slowly.
Stop being creepy and get in here.
An unknown, soft, elderly man's voice emerges from behind the door.
Oh, calm down. We're not creepy. We're old, you jackass.
The two men push on the door with a bit more effort to hit Tren's foot.
Get out of the way before I teach your school how beneficial cannibalism is.
Comes from the second man entering the room.
You're a savage old man, aren't you? This is Adam. He hasn't had the best day so far, and he has no ideas what's going on or what a TQP is, much less what's going on inside him right now. Can you two go over the details before his head explodes?
The two old men.
Yes, well, take him from here until he is useful again.
Adam, not overly excited and scared, asks,
I thought you didn't even know if I was going to kill myself in the next 24 hours.
The doctor speaks up.
Oh, that... No, you'll be fine. Adam.
That's what Trillian said. Why did he even say that? He scared the shit out of me. So I'm not going to die then. That's nice to know.
Definitely are going to die. Well, so to speak. First, let me introduce ourselves. Then we can go over the details of what's going on with you for the immediate time. We can get more into details later, but it's extremely complicated science, so it will require more time. My friend here is Dr. Entingo. He's in the microbiology department. And I'm Dr. C. Kainlaf. I'm a quantum physicist. And you, Adam, are a lucky individual.
I don't feel very lucky right now, and I now wonder what unlucky is.
Without missing a beat, Dr. Entango states,
Unlucky was your partner.
Wow, that was savage. Shit, he's still warm in the morgue. And why are you here? You're a quantum physicist.
Dr. Canlaff in a serious voice.
This has been fun, but we must explain what's going on. We're not 100% sure of how or why, but we will do our best to explain what we think is your situation. On July 13th, 1978, a particle physicist named Dr. Bogorski had an accident. His head had been caught in the partial accelerator during a test. From what we understand, the collision was entangled in part during a quantum thought process in Dr. Bogorski's brain. Dr. Bogorski stated that the incident was a brighter light than 1,000 times the sun. When they studied that moment, it taught us that quantum entanglement in not just two particles in our reality, but those two particles are entangled with their selves throughout all possible realities. It is believed that during this event, other Bogorskis in the multiverse or parallel universes that did the same thing that resulted in an interdimensional sneak peek, if you will, into other dimensions. But more importantly, it showed that communication is possible throughout realities.
But it also meant that other realities found out the same thing. Being almost 50 years ago now, different realities have figured out how to cross through the mesh of space-time to the astral foam. Even ourselves can share data by essentially hitting space-time. But it seems different things in space-time have been moving between dimensions after that event as well.
We have so far communicated with 64 different creatures in astral foam and 247 human Earths in parallel realities on the other side of astral foam. Now, astral foam creatures move through space-time like a superfluid through a solid in between multiverse realms of reality. We don't have the ability to use the machine yet. What we do know is that it is a genetic key from being told their blood holds the key. But we have been provided the technology and built the machine.
Adam, sitting with a blank look on his face, using his facial muscles, his eyes opened wide and he began to talk.
Holy fuck, I'm not writing a book. Your kids must cry themselves to sleep anytime you try to explain something. I'm a police officer. Do you really expect me to understand anything that you just said other? Then there are space monsters and other worlds?
Dr. Netango, waiting for Adam to finish his sentence to add in.
Not just space and the multiverse, but in astral foam itself, think of it as a couch. You see, a couch has cushions, and each cushion is a multiverse. Well then, space-time would be the membrane between the cushions, and astral foam would be the area between the membranes, and boy, is it packed with life.
Don't sound too excited about it, Doc. Now can someone please tell me what the fuck is going on with me? Like, am I going to die or not?
Ah, yes, that's why I'm here. You see, you and your friend, you have been infected with TQD.
Ew.
It stands for telepathic quantum disease, more specifically called OPEX, a form of space-time bacterial parasite that gives your gut brain a consciousness and tries to, and sometimes succeeds in taking over the host's body. To answer your questions, we need to stop your life for a brief moment to disrupt the quantum connection from your infection to the hive in astral foam. It's really not as bad as it seems. We will put you on a comfy bed with some wires connected to you, in a room watching TV. Then we just let in a little H2S until your system shuts down. Then we bring you back easy peasy. Then we will conduct the rest of our work. But don't worry about the details. That will sever the link. However, you will be left over with a cognitive connection between your brain and gut microbes, leaving you to have a lot greater control over your bodies. Functions such as temperature control, digestion speeds, mucus production.
Adam, sitting, trying to take all the information in, asked.
Then why did you kill Tim? Why not just do the same with him?
If you would like, I can play the footage back to you, but when I said get on the ground, then threw salt on the both of you, the free ions mess up the TDQ's connection, causing a 2 or 3 degree temperature range increase in victims that are past saving. That's one of the reasons I use the IR camera. Waiting any longer could have cost lives as your partner had a firearm, and again, there are points of no return. Adam, to be honest, reality is like if Stargate had a love child with outer limits, and this is not a special case, and you're on our team now, so we need to get you up to date, vaccinated, chipped, modded, and educated. So lay down, and I'll see you in a bit. We can go over all this in a bit, after you're back from the dead.
Adam with irritation in his voice.
Yeah, I don't have much choice but to trust you guys at this point, so let's do this.
With that, Adam, who was sitting on a typical leather bed you see in a city hospital, trusting the new and seemingly crazy people, Adam slowly lowered himself onto the bed. People in lab coats came in and started installing machinery and hooking wires up to him. Adam looking around his 12 by 12 foot square room. Adam noticed the new machinery, and he also noticed connection latches on 2 opposite walls. But before he had a chance to ask what they were for, a man walked in rolling a fence, then started to connect the latches on the wall to the fence. The fence separating Adam from all the machinery. Adam noticing the fence blocking his access to the door. This seemed really odd to Adam, so he asked,
What's the deal with the fence?
He was met with an answer that only caused him to be a lot more anxious, as a woman in a white lab coat casually said,
In case you explode, silly.
Now Adam laying down on the bed, letting the doctors finish hooking up all the wires. Adam just waiting for peace and quiet. As the last person left the room, Adam asked for him to turn off the lights. Then Adam closed his eyes with the expectation that now he can finally rest. As Adam gets ready for the main event, he hears a light hiss from the noise of gas entering the room. Adam, comfortable with his head on a soft pillow that wraps around his head from ear to ear, passes out thinking,
I wonder if Dr. Chocolate is railing anyone.